Good afternoon. So there was a story that came out earlier on RT, and I debated sharing it, and I did share it, but I debated making a video on it, and I was this close to making a video on it, and I thought, I'll let this pass. And then a little while ago, some breaking news came in on RT, which was a very clear escalation to the situation. And I wanted to take that opportunity to go ahead and talk about the prior story too, because you have to understand different cultures are different. What would be insulting? Here's the thing: in Chinese culture, an insult is an absolute no. You know that is disrespect like that. And so when they mock, when they do stuff like that, when they insult other nations, that's actually a pretty serious indicator of their mood. I'll word it that way. I don't know how else to put it. But anyway, so this breaking story came out, and I saw it as basically a reply to the previous story that I was telling you about. And so I'm going to go ahead and go over these stories with you, and then I want to have a quick talk with you about what it reminds me of, and I want to give you guys the ability to access that same information, if you will, as what I have. So, pardon me. Okay, let me go ahead and switch over to the web browser here. And here's the story that broke a little bit ago. U.S. Army and Navy successfully test 3 hypersonic weapon prototypes, says the Pentagon. Just a short, quick little article here. It says the U.S. Army and Navy have successfully conducted 3 new tests of hypersonic weapon components, according to the Pentagon. The components will be integrated into a hypersonic missile system set to go live in 2022. Conducted at NASA's Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia, the tests were aimed at helping inform the development of the Navy's conventional prompt strike and the Army's long-range hypersonic weapon, offensive hypersonic strike, according to Thursday's statement from the Pentagon. The test took place on the same day that President Joe Biden admitted that he was concerned about Chinese hypersonic weapons capabilities. Both Army and Navy expect to conduct a flight test of the completed weapon at some point in the next 12 months. Hypersonic missiles travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound. And I want to clarify something there, and I did have to get a little giggle at Bear Independent the other day because he got it wrong. Hypersonic missiles aren't super scary fast, and that's why that the weapons anti-missile defense systems can't catch them. Absolutely not. In fact, ICBMs fly at faster speeds than what hypersonic missiles do. So now that we got that fact out of the way, I can explain to you why it is that they are more devastating when it comes to not being detected. It's because they fly in a low orbit. And so by the time that the missile detection systems pick up on them and know that they're coming, it's way, way, way too late. And maybe even too late to send a reply, so to speak. So there's that. So that's what that is. It's not that they're so super scary fast that nothing can keep up with them. It's because the radar systems won't detect them soon enough when they fly that low. So anyway, let me carry on to the next story here. So this is the previous article that I was talking about here, and it's titled "Washington Must Be Going Mad. Nuclear-Era Logic of Mutually Assured Destruction Will Make America Safe," Chinese media boss jibes. And I'm sure you probably know, but just in case, MAD is an acronym for Mutually Assured Destruction. Okay, the article here says the editor-in-chief of a Chinese state media group subtly mocked the U.S., suggesting it re-adopt the Cold War doctrine of mutually assured destruction after Washington was mocked by Beijing's missile tests. The Global Times editor-in-chief Hu Yujin, I'm sure I said that wrong, mocked Washington in a tweet on Thursday after a week in which the U.S. reiterated its concern and surprised by Chinese hypersonic missile tests in the summer. who was responding to a story published on Thursday from the Financial Times, which stated that China conducted 2 hypersonic missile tests this summer and not one as originally reported at the weekend. In face of the speculation of China's hypersonic weapons, the U.S. needs to keep rationality and returns to the logic of major power game in the nuclear era. MAD won't make the U.S. unsafe, the state media boss wrote. The U.S. must abandon the crazy idea that it can strike China and Russia, but they can't strike it, Hu added. Which is more or less saying neeny boo boo, right? MAD is a doctrine associated with Cold War era when both the U.S. and Soviet Union built up sizable nuclear arsenals. The doctrine is based on the theory of deterrence, in which neither side will use the nuclear weapons against the other on principle that the other party has the capacity to strike back in equal force. The abbreviation MAD was developed ironically with its creator, Donald Brennan, suggesting that holding weapons which could wipe out humanity was irrational. On Saturday, the Financial Times reported that China had tested a space-capable hypersonic missile in August. It could also carry a nuclear payload. It has since been reported that 2 missiles were tested in the summer. Washington has claimed it was surprised that China had caught up with Washington, and I know that sounds weird. On Wednesday, U.S. President Joe Biden admitted he was concerned by the news. So this is certainly something to pay attention to. Again, remember, this is macro stuff. You need to be prepared and ready in the micro. But this is really eerily reminiscent of something, and I'm gonna point it at it again. I told you I was gonna provide you with some, and I don't know, information's probably not the best word to put on it. But I'm going to put a link to a video playlist in the description of the video. I used to have a playlist of this up in our playlist, but it's no longer there because I assume that his other channel was taken down. So, because I can't find it, and the playlist disappeared. So, I assume that he is no longer. JSnip4 is the person that I'm referring to. And I know he's gotten into some really whacked out stuff, and I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, he has got a playlist, and I will link it in the description of the video. This is the playlist here, and I always call it the John Teeter playlist, but it's 4 videos, and I urge you to watch them all from start to finish. And now this isn't something you're going to do in 20 minutes. You might want to bring a couple snacks and a drink. Because there's, a little over 3 hours of video there. So, I urge you to do it. And you will be shocked. If you haven't heard this story, you will be shocked. And it'll really leave you wondering. Well, one thing that John Teeter had claimed is that, for one, there would be a war, a big war. And I believe he led to the belief that it's nuclear, or he may have said it was nuclear. Nonetheless, he said that we knew it was going to happen. Those that were paying attention, those that had their eyes open, they knew it was going to happen. And there are so many, I can't include all the different things in this video, and hell, I wouldn't be able to remember them off the top of my head to be able to. There are so many things about this John Teeter story that really corroborate what is happening now in our country. It is mind-blowing at the accuracies. So anyway, I am going to leave it at that, and I am going to get out of here. Take this how you will. Just continue to keep getting ready. That's all we can do, right? Take care of the micro. All right. Have a great day. Shalom.